Hi, this is Janos, Real World Audio, and time to answer some questions. So I'm looking at my computer screen, and I got one comment: videos are getting really long. Very good, but it's difficult to find the time to watch. So yeah, so I try to make some shorter videos as well, so not to uh, make all of them so long, but I also have like super difficulty finding the time to make the videos, but once I sit down, I just, record what I want to say, and that's it. However, now, today I'm going to make a shorter video, and I'm going to answer Ramsey's question, which is like a really practical question about subwoofers. What if you place a subwoofer in a huge one? I'm waiting for that fucker to fuck off. Sorry, pardon my French. So, what if you place a subwoofer in a huge volume enclosure to go as low as a few hertz, as low on hertz as you can? Sorry, I have difficulty reading. So, driver is to be placed in 2 cubic feet, and instead you install in a 5 cubic feet box. So you like more than double the subwoofer box volume. Does that damage the driver or burn its voice coil? So basically, what Ramsey is saying is that, as you all know, that when you put a sub in a bigger cabinet, then you will get lower frequency extensions. So you get lower lows in a bigger box. However, will that damage the driver if you do that? So what happens? So burning its voice coil. You will burn the voice coil. Now it's coming back. I don't know how loud those noises are that are coming from outside. For me, they are just blasting my ear. So coming back here to the question is that what was I going to say? Just totally out. Anyway, so burning the voice coil. You will only burn the voice coil if you dump too much current at it. So basically you need to like up the amplification, so like dump like 10 times more current at it or whatever to burn it. So as long as you use the same amplifier, the chance of burning the voice coil will not change. You will have exact same chance to damage the voice coil, independent of the size of the cabinet. So damaging the voice coil is totally dependent on the amplifier and the front end, not on the cabinet. Now, damaging the driver, if you put it in a bigger cabinet, cats are playing, all sorts of noises today. So if you put it in a bigger cabinet, it means that it will be able to breathe at lower volumes, and with lower volumes comes bigger excursion. So what's happening is that in a bigger cabinet, the cone will be able to move at low frequencies. And now that's something you have to be aware and beware, is that bigger cone excursion means you have to look that you are not exceeding the excursion limits of the driver, because as long as you are within the excursion limits of the driver, you will be fine. But if, let's say, in a 2 cubic feet cabinet, you are already pushing your sub to the limits, and now you change it for a 5 cubic feet cabinet, and you push it to the exact same level, so the volume control is set to the exact same position, it will blow your woofer. That's because the woofer wants to travel much further away, even though you are driving it with the exact same power. So the only consideration is when you put your sub into a much bigger cabinet than what you initially were thinking about, is that you have to be mindful of the cone excursion, how big the cone is moving. but that's especially true for very low frequencies. So for a subwoofer, I would watch the uh, frequency range below 30 hertz. So that's where it gets dangerous for a subwoofer to put it in a really big cabinet. And that's, I would say, easy to check. You can see how big movements the cone makes, and it's if it's like flapping in the wind like that, then that's a consideration for you not to push the volume louder. Just, I would say, build it, try it out, and just use visual confirmation how much it's moving. uh, Take out the data sheet, what is the cone excursion limitation for that woofer, and if it's not exceeding that cone excursion, you are fine, you can push it. And also, you have to be very mindful of what the music contains, because if you are used to, like, let's say, like cranking your system up to a certain volume, with average music, most music that have barely any material below 30 hertz, and the sub can handle it like a breeze, and now you put on something, let's say some trance music that has like sub 20 hertz serious material, um, and you listen to the same volume, it will blow your sub. So my recommendation, you can put it into a much bigger cabinet, but when you play music that has extremely low frequency content, then first turn the volume down, always. Don't start with cranking it up and hit play, because it's likely that the first thing you will hear is boom, your woofer going out the window. That's it. And so if you just turn the volume down, and you will be surprised that when you have music that has like super low frequency content, then the cone will just move much more to an extreme degree, compared to just playing normal music that even has like some really deep frequencies, like double bass, like deep double bass. That's really nothing compared to 20 hertz waves and that vicinity. So I would say go for it, go for the bigger cabinet. You will love it so much more than just a 2 cubic foot volume. It will have much better prowess at the really deep bass, and it will be just transformative experience. It will just elevate your sub a category or two. Just depending on what is the cone excursion for the woofer. Maybe it already has a huge cone excursion and you don't have to worry much about it. But if you hit like a church organ or anything with music that goes down to 20 hertz or lower and has substantial amount of that material in it, always turn the volume down as a precaution, and then crank it up and up. Keep an eye on the woofer, and as soon as long as it stays civilized and under control, you are good. When you see that it's moving extremely, immediately turn the volume down, unless you want to blow the poor worker. So thank you, Ramsey, for the question, and that's it. So I'm making it a shorter video. 2 questions answered for today. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye.